I'm back and talking about another Throne of Glass book, which is The Crown of Midnight. I am going to chat about the plot. There will be spoilers, but I want to chat with you guys about, obviously, the Throne of Glass series, but this one is going to be The Crown of Midnight while I crochet a granny square to match the front cover. So let's get into it, because this one, a lot happened. So the book starts off with like Celaena had just signed the contract to be the king's assassin, and she has gone on assignments and whatnot, and she gets assigned to basically get rid of someone that she has been close to in the past. Okay, the story basically starts with Dorian's, I believe it's his cousin. Sorry, I listened to this audiobook a while ago and reread it a little bit ago, so forgive me if some of this is out of order or anything like that. But Roland, I believe is Roland is what his name is. I believe it's Dorian's cousin, and he shows up, and Celaena notices that he has on a dark ring that it looks like a lot of people surrounding the king is wearing. And I really enjoyed that plot line of Roland having that ring, but by the end of it, I believe that he was on the right side of things. I think that is what happens. I could be wrong. That is like one of the things that I might be misremembering, but I did like the plot point of like the king and everyone he's close to has one of those rings, and you're unsure of what it is, but obviously you find out later in the books. I just like that plot line. I'm not sure that I talked about Wesley in the first book review that I did or not, but I always really liked him because he tried to stop and save Celaena when she was going to try to kill Sam's killer. I don't know how that came out, but I think that was right. He protected Celaena when she was going to go and do that, and then when she got caught and sent to Endovier, he actually, Celaena finds out, went back and killed killed Sam's killer for her. And in turn, Arobynn, which I know I did say, fuck that guy, went and killed Wesley, which is very sad, but I liked that she had someone on her side who was technically associated with Arobynn as well. And we officially meet Mort in this book. Just like, I just want to go, Mort. He's such a good, like, comedic relief in this book, and also gives so much information. And he's a little frustrating at times, but it's just an inanimate door knocker as like a character is so strange, but it just like makes the book that much better. Celaena is tasked with offing one of her acquaintances, her friends that she used to train with, and she stands to warn him instead, gives him a heads up, and gives him time to give her information and get out. So he actually gives her information about the rebel group that is happening within the city, and they are planning to get Aelin Galathynius back on the throne of Terrasen. Even though she was said to be dead, they think that she is alive. And that becomes a big plot of this book, and I think by the end of this, if you guys know, what I'm going to say, but it is such a big plot that the twist at the end is so shocking, I guess is what I would say. So based on some of the information that her friend Archer gives her, I believe she goes to try to off someone because of the, I guess, the rebel group or the slave trade or something around that. But she in turn gets stabbed by a poison blade. But before that, she finds a riddle in this guy's hidden journal, or I am so sorry, I can't remember. You guys are gonna have to remind me. But I think it's in a hidden journal, and she finds this riddle that she thinks pertains to the Eye of Elena necklace that she already has. And so she basically gets back after getting poisoned. Kale takes care of her, and Nehemia comes to her and is like, basically like, you're the king's bitch. And so Selena in turn tells her what she's actually doing, which is like letting these people go without killing them. And then she confides in Nehemia about the riddle that she found. After she does that, she starts finding ward marks under her bed. And so she thinks that she's being targeted. But in reality, it turns out, I believe that Nehemia was just putting them there to try to protect her, which is kind of sweet, but also she had an ulterior motive for that. But I think it's really nice to have like a friend who's trying to keep you safe. And then in my notes, I literally just have, Dorian has powers. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. But it's really cool that so early in the series, we find out that Dorian does have powers, and somehow they're coming out even though King has had all of magical powers like blocked or whatever he did to them. He got rid of magic. So it's really cool to see that the king's son has some type of magical power. One of the plots I really liked was the Baba Yellowlegs coming in with the circus and basically trying to kill Selena, and Selena ends up killing her. It's like she becomes a witch killer, and it's just such a good battle. I love the battle that takes place between her and Yellow Baba Yellowlegs, because it shows how strong Selena actually is. And it shows that Selena is willing to protect Dorian no matter what it costs. Like, she is willing to protect her friends. And I enjoyed that about this story. Kale gets taken hostage and Selena goes to rescue him, which is a diabolical plot because she finds out that Archer is there and has basically set up this whole scheme for Selena to come and rescue Kale while Nehemia is getting... Yeah, he did that. And she finds out that Kale knew about the threat and didn't tell her. So she goes and races home. And when I say races, I mean she is running. It is like so emotional to think about because she is running so hard and so fast. She's beating horses. She's running faster than any human should be able to run. And she is trying to get to her friend to save her life. And she doesn't make it. It's so gut-wrenching because she has already lost so much in her life and she just lost another friend. And because of what happened, like Kale knew about the threat, Selena turns on him and also tries to him and says that you will always be my enemy. And that's kind of clue number one that Kale should have picked up on something that is revealed at the end of the book. But I don't think that he did until later on. But that storyline is actually just honestly gut-wrenching. I don't know how else to explain it other than like you get those feelings that you want to have in every book. It's like you're so invested in this story, you know? This book is also where the ward keys are introduced. Obviously there's 3 of them. It's like a whole huge plot. It's interesting to learn more as you go, but it does a really good job of explaining them within this first book where they are introduced about what they do. So they open up a gate they open up portals, basically. While those ward keys open up a gate, they also can open up portals by using ward marks. And the ward marks are basically what Nehemia had taught Celaena to do. So Celaena wants to talk to her best friend, or her friend, and she opens up a portal. So Nehemia is there, she gets to talk to her, whatever, but warns her about how dangerous this actually is. And while she does that, right, and a monster comes out, and Kale and Dorian are racing to try to help Celaena. Celaena's so injured because this monster is from another realm, and I forgot to mention, but like during this, Celaena gets a dog from Dorian, and the dog is named Fleetfoot. So the Fleetfoot is down there with Celaena and gets captured by the monster. The monster takes Fleetfoot into the portal that she had opened. So Kale is trying to fight off the monster and runs after the monster into the portal, which a human guard going in to try to save this dog into another dimension or portal or where, like, I don't know, realm is what I should be saying. It is first off crazy, and second off, Celaena runs in after him to get her dog back and also in turn save Kale. And of course she does, but when she is in there, she shifts. I think it's just like, you kind of know something's coming, but also it's like kind of a shock that she is Fae. She shifts into her Fae body, and Kale sees it. I think Dorian saw it too, and it's really cool to learn that your main character is actually Fae, and she has magic as well as Dorian. I think that this is also the book where Celaena, in turn, because of what Archer did, she uses her skill set to get rid of him. And Kale is so disturbed and put off by that. But I really don't understand that, because what do you mean, buddy? Like, the girl that you like, right? The girl that you are falling in love with, she is an assassin for the king. Wait, what do you mean that you're upset that she used her ability on other people? Like, how are you upset by that? Like, oh no, my assassin girlfriend offed somebody. Why are you surprised? Why are you so upset by that? I don't know. It just strikes me in a weird way. I think that this is also the book where Kale and Celaena go on that date for, I believe, Kale's birthday. And I think that that is such a cute little scene. And it's just like, shows that she's trying to have a normal life and like be able to like love somebody again after Sam. And it's just really nice to see the romance aspect within the Romantasy book. And I think it was just like such a cute little scene that I enjoy, that it is actually added into the book instead of it just being all about the powers and the courts and whatever. Like, you get to have that little bit of like romance within the fantasy realm, and I think that just adds to the book. So because Kale found out that Selena has magic and is fae, he wants to keep her safe. So he wants to send her to, I believe, Wendolyn? Is that what it's called? Yes. To eliminate the possibility of her being found out and being in trouble and stuff like that. But as a result, he sends her there, or has her sent there, to kill part of the royal guard there. And honestly, bad call on his part, because I know how it ends, but I'll talk about that in the next book. So like I mentioned, Selena has that Eye of Elena necklace, and it's there to protect her. But at the end of the book, she gives that to Kale because he is going to be there with the king, and she knows about like all these things that could be happening. And she wants him to be protected because she has feelings for him, and he wants to keep him safe, which turns out to be like a really important move later on in the books. And like I've said in all of the other reviews that I've said, I love how interconnected these books are, and that is a good small detail that connects somewhere else, you know? And I liked that the little treasure hunt aspect of this book as well, of her like trying to figure out riddles and trying to find the ward keys, and it's just like sucks you into the book a little more. And it was good like fantasy realm situation as well. At the end, without revealing too much, Selena tells Kale about the anniversary of when her parents were unalived, hoping that he could connect the dots about what she was telling him. And at the end of this book, the big plot twist is that we find out that Selena Sardarthian, the king's assassin, is actually Aelin Ashrath River Galathinius, the lost queen of Terrasen. What I love about these books is the fact that they make you feel the plot twists so hard, and it just, I think that books should always make you feel feelings, even if they're just like dumb little cutesy books. I think a good book always makes you feel something, and this one definitely does. And that's why I like it so much. I think that this series is such a good series at making you feel things for fictional characters. And that is why I love to talk to people about them, because I just find them so entertaining and so well written that you're like falling in love with these characters that aren't even real. But anyways, this is the final granny square. Here's the book and the granny square to match the cover.